All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today I'm going to show you where you can get the metal farm technology inside of Subnautica 2. It's the end game farm that allows you to farm for pretty much any material that you already have by putting it into this machine, and then it pulls it out of the water. Specifically, we're talking about anything that counts as a metal, I believe. And so currently I'm at the research outpost, which is about 1,300 meters from the life pod. You can just go straight east, bobbing along the surface to avoid any giant squids. And then once you get to this big old tower, just sort of head down, and you should see this gutted out old tower, or not tower, but outpost. And then from here, we're going to need to do a couple of things. The first thing is you're going to need, to my understanding, you need the bioscanner to properly scan and analyze alien technology. So I'm going to show you where to find this, and then we're going to show you where to locate and scan for the metal farm. So first place we're going to go is the Cicada Ruins, which is around 120 on your compass when you're right next to the sign in front of the research outpost. So we're going to pop over there to around 120, maybe between 120 and southeast. And what you should see passing by on the left side of your submersible is the giant alien power plant, which is starting to loom out of the gloom over there on our left. You can just ignore that. It's completely harmless because it's currently broken. And we're going to ignore that and just head towards what is basically the black box marker on my HUD for ESO. This is currently going to take us to a scannable inside of a wreckage, and it's going to require you to do a little bit of swimming, and it's also going to require a repair tool to fix a broken down door. But there is some oxygen on the way, so you shouldn't have to worry about what size your air tank is if you're like me and didn't bring lithium with you when you crossed the big chasm. And we're going to go right up to this door here that's got like a yellow gate at the bottom, and we're going to pop in here. When you first come in here, you're going to have to repair this door, so bring your repair tool. And there's a lot of different scannable goodies inside of here, so definitely take some time and explore and scan everything. Get the black box that's right there. But we're going to go down this giant scary red hole here into this hangar, and we're going to hang out over top of this broken air tank here. It's leaking oxygen to refill. And we're just going to keep progressing through this wreckage into this corridor. And then down at the very bottom of this vessel is going to be what we're looking for. This is the bioscanner. You can also fix this door if you want. There's more stuff to scan all over the place, including whatever this is. Looks like I already have this. And then once you've got the bioscanner scanned, you can just head back out the way you came. All right, assuming you already have the bioscanner, or if you don't, what you want to do is either from the research station or from this wreckage, you want to zoom all the way down underneath of the power generator. And this next portion is going to require the depth module for the tadpole. I have a separate tutorial video on that and how to get that, so you can watch that. I'll link it in the video description below. And you want to go underneath of this power plant. Underneath of here is the final angel comb for the first installment of Subnautica 2 Early Access. You're going to want to end up following this particular angel comb along its tentacle to the northeast. To the northeast is an area where there's a manufacturing area surrounding a pool of acid. And you're going to want to make sure that you cling as close to the bottom as you can before you get to the new crush depth of 450 meters, because above us is going to be another one of those collector leviathans that is quite hungry. So you're just going to want to follow this tentacle to the northeast until you start to see green, and you start to see these kind of ugly bulldog looking alien fish. When you're over here, it might not be a terrible idea to have some distraction flares on hand so that none of these bad boys decide to take a bite out of you. If you don't, it's not strictly hypercritical. There's plenty of pieces strewn about. You should be safe enough to scan and grab everything as long as you are careful. So what we need to do is you need to just find a spot where you can safely scan these metal farms here, these alien farms that I'm looking at right in front of me. We're gonna grab our scanner and we're gonna scan 3 pieces of this metal farm. Now, these bad boys are gonna start getting curious about us. We're just gonna throw some distraction flares and then we're gonna keep going about our business, trying to stay away from them as long as we can. Once you scan 3 of these, you'll have unlocked the metal farm. Now the only thing missing is the final pieces to the puzzle. Now, strewn about this acid quarry area are the remaining components that you need in order to get your farm going. This is where you locate the Troilite. So once you get out of your pod, you want to zoom down here. You're looking for these green nuggets. These are, well, let me scan these first. These are mineralized clinkers. This is where you get the Troilite from. And you're gonna find a few of these scattered around this basin here. Just be careful when you use these to craft your metal farms, because these particular resources are finite. You cannot get more of them once you're out of them unless you use the metal farm in order to harvest more. So keep that in mind while you're harvesting these and building your first metal farm. We're just gonna zip down here. Here is another one. There's only a couple locations of these, so keep that in mind. So the next thing we're looking for is actually right down here. We are looking for these little bad boys, which can oftentimes disappear into the acid below. You want to try to catch these as quickly as you can, and also try to avoid getting eaten by these bad boys. These last little components are Axiom bacterial cultures. You'll need a few of those as well in order to craft your metal farms. Those you can really only find right inside of here, so you might need to come back for them occasionally. Now, once you get back to your base, you will actually, funny enough, find the metal farm underneath of the cultivation tab, where you find all of your farming information. And the metal farm is really straightforward. It calls for mangaloy and Axum bacterial culture. So the mangaloy is something that you have to make from your processor, and mangaloy requires some titanium ingots, atacamite, and troilite. And the troilite, there's only 4-ish, maybe 5 or 6 spots over at that area where you can get it. And once it's gone, it's gone. So be careful when you use it. The first thing you should really use the metal farm to start to farm for is actually more troilite. So you have plenty of it just in case, so you don't run out. So I'm going to go ahead and generate one of these bars. I'm going to load up my processor. And now the way that this metal farm works, once you get it all hooked up, is you go over here, and whatever you put inside of this is what this unit will grow and pull out of the environment. And it takes this particular troilite about 20 minutes to grow. Okay, so after 20 minutes is up, it kind of depends on which metal you put in here, because not all of them take this long. The more basic ones are 3 minutes. You'll see that it produces or grows a capsule, and to harvest it, all you gotta do, pop out your sonic blaster or your sonic resonator or whatever you want. There's the upgraded version too. And then you just blast it, and congratulations, you have now harvested it. You get a troilite. I guess you only get one at a time. And then it'll start growing another one. I'm gonna let this run through a couple times so I get quite a bit of troilite in reserve. And then whenever I go back, I can try and find more of that Axum bacterial culture so that I can continue to make more of these, so I can have quite a decent sized farm going. Keep in mind though that this thing eats a lot of power. This thing is no joke. I actually ended up building some additional power in this jet stream that goes above my house. So keep that in mind when you decide to start building your metal farm.